You're right, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going through my England 11, the starting team that I would play for the game against Croatia on Sunday. The Euros are right around the corner and I absolutely can't wait to get started. I hope you can't either. If you disagree with me with my options, please let me know down in the comments below which players you would choose. The first game, obviously, Italy v Turkey. We're going to be doing a live watch along of it, so make sure you set them notifications on so you don't miss that and we can have a big watch of the first game. I absolutely can't wait. But before we get into it, I just want to give a quick shout out to our friends over at Fanslide. They've been kind enough to sponsor me and I've had a go. I've downloaded the app. It's absolutely amazing. You guys need to check it out. It is in-play fantasy football, no long-term commitment. Listen, if you play FPL, you might be a little bit like me. You drop it by October. Listen, I've got commitment issues. I've got commitment issues, but I'm trying to fix them for you. Oh God, it's true. I'm trying to fix those commitment issues for you because there's no season-long commitment. It's game by game, and I'm going to be setting up a league. So if you download it using the top link in the description, you can have a go. You can follow me on there at Brummie Joe. You can get used to it before the competition starts. So there's going to be a £100 pot just for my followers. So get used to it, play the app, and I'll tell you a bit more about it in future videos. Keep an eye out for it. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. So with the England team, I've been debating 3 at the back, 4 at the back, and I think it's highly dependent on whether Harry Maguire is fit. Today he made a post that he was back in training. Is he going to be ready for Sunday? I don't really want to risk it too much personally, but I'm going to go off the fact that he is fit. So I'm going for a classic 4-3-3 with my lineup, and the goalkeeper that I'm going to go for is Jordan Pickford. Personally, I just think he's the best out of the bunch. I don't think we're overly gifted in our goalkeeping department at the minute, and I think I would trust Pickford more than the others. I think Henderson, he's all right. He's probably a bit overhyped for me by Man U fans. Don't shoot me for that, but I think Pickford is the man between the sticks for us. I do think he is the best player out of those lot. You've also got Nick Pope, of course, but I don't think he's quite as good as Jordan Pickford. Not in my book. Next up, we've got to pick a left back, and I have to go for Luke Shaw. He's just been performing so well for Man U this season. He has just come above and beyond what we expected of him. I'm really happy for him because obviously when he had that big injury layoff, he had a lot of memes, a lot of jokes about him, but he's come through and he's shown the talent that he's got, and I really think he's a talented player, so he is going in my team. Next up in defence, I've got to go for John Stones. He has been amazing in this Man City's team along with Ruben Dias. I just think he's absolutely quality, and again, just like Luke Shaw, he was one of those players that was hyped up quite a lot, sort of. I don't know, I wouldn't say he went bad or anything, but I just think the hype sort of wore off, and he had to find himself again. He had a couple of bad games, a bad season quite a while ago, but he's come through this season and looks absolutely solid. He looks amazing. He's going right in my team. And alongside him, of course, this is based on fitness, but I'm going to assume that he is fit, in which case I'm going to go for Harry Maguire, because also I do want us to play with 4 at the back. I think a lot of the time, we play 3 at the back. It's just a bit too defensive for me. I know there's transitions and you've got wing backs pushing up the pitch, but we've got so many talented players up the top side of the pitch. I think we have to play 4 at the back. I really do. And hopefully Maguire is fit enough for this, but we'll have to see. If not, it changes everything. I think he does play 3 at the back, but for me, Maguire is in there. I do think as well that, people have been saying a lot about Maguire. He had a big price tag that he had to live up to. And yeah, it probably hasn't helped him in that sense, but I do think he's an absolutely solid player. And if he is fit enough to play, he should be going in that team, one of the first names on the team sheet. And right back, of course, if he was fit, it would be Trent for me. You've got Kieran Trippier here, who's had an absolutely amazing season as well, but I'm probably going to just about go for Kyle Walker. Maybe not the most defensively gifted player in that sense, but his recovery pace is absolutely brilliant, so he can bomb down the wing if he needs to and get back. I would even play him in a 3 as a right centre-back if needed, but I do think he's the best right back we've got available. Reece James, really big shout as well. I wouldn't mind seeing Reece James in there. He had an unbelievable season, won the Champions League with Chelsea, absolutely gone above and beyond. So I think right back is actually quite a difficult choice for me. I am giving it to Walker though, but I can imagine a lot of you disagreeing with that one. In midfield, I'm going to have Declan Rice. I'm going to put him there. He's had a great, wonderful season with West Ham. I think we need him there to sort of look after that back 4, be able to drop back. I think he's the perfect player for that. Part of me worries that Calvin Phillips will be involved, and maybe alongside Rice to provide more of a defensive shape, which you can argue in the right game. Yeah, maybe we could do that. Maybe it would work. But for me, I don't want Calvin Phillips starting. Not in this lineup. It's going to be Declan Rice for me. The other two slightly more attacking players. And one of which is going to be Mason Mount for Chelsea. Again, unbelievable season. Another Champions League winner. He's just absolutely... I feel like in this team, he'll be pivotal. Obviously, in the previous game, we didn't see him. The Man City and the Chelsea players were left out, obviously, because of the Champions League final. But I think Mason Mount needs to be in this team. And I never thought I would be saying this. I really didn't think I would ever be saying this. But starting in centre midfield is going to be Jude Bellingham. And I know a lot of you are going to come for me. I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, it's because he played for Birmingham. Oh, it's because blah, blah, blah. Yes, there's a lack of experience there. But he's gone from a year ago. He would have just been finished the season almost getting relegated to League One with Birmingham. Now, he's a Borussia Dortmund player. He's been absolutely pivotal for them this season. And you can see every time he's put on an England shirt, he's had calmness and collectiveness. He's got his head screwed on, doesn't let things get to him, and he's got a lot of fight about him. And I think he's going to be a really exciting player, if not for this tournament, for the next. But I think he's definitely going to have a part to play, whether it's starting or off the bench for me. Again, I think you've got Mount, who's a bit more of an attacking player. You've got Rice, a bit more defensive. Bellingham, bit of both. He can get up there. He can provide the attacks. He can get in and around the box, but he can also drop back. He's got great defensive awareness as well, and he's not afraid to put in a tackle. So I really do think he's going to be key in this midfield. Up front for me, it's obviously going to be Harry Kane. Who else but Harry Kane? Let's hope he can stay fit this tournament. I think he's got a great chance of getting the golden boot if we can get past that round of 16. It just depends how everything plays out. That's the only worry for me. But I do think Harry Kane, that's the one thing with this squad. He is the one that is cemented in his place. Of course, he's going to be up there. Harry Kane putting the goals away for England. Now, the wingers are a tricky one. On the left, I think you have to have Phil Foden. With the season that he has had, again, he's got every chance of being young player of the tournament. Phil Foden is an amazing footballer. He's absolutely incredible. And I think that there's no way he can't be in this team. He just has to be. And I think when you're looking at Croatia, it's sort of quite an ageing team, isn't it? I think the important thing that we're going to want is pace out wide, pace and people to provide for Harry Kane. And speaking of that, that's why I would go for Jadon Sancho on the right. And again, I know a lot of people are going to come at me and say, oh, Joe, you're not putting Grealish in. It's because he's a Villa player. Now, I'll hold my hands up. He goes to ground very easily, and it's frustrating when you're on the opposition team. And listen, he does take the mick. Is he a great person? Not sure. Not the best role model, let's say. But he's a good player. He is a good player, and I do think Grealish will be very important. He's been very impressive in these warm-up games, and I think off the bench or maybe starting in a different game, I think he won't start this game, but he will start against probably Scotland, maybe Czech Republic. Again, seeing the way that Bellingham and him link up is really good as well, and he just creates chances. He's a nuisance, so I'll give him credit in that sense, and I think he could be important to us, and if he's important to England, then fair play. But this is my starting 11, so it's Pickford, Walker, Maguire, Stones, Shaw, Mount, Rice, Bellingham, Sancho, Kane and Foden. That is my team, and I think that's a really strong team with a lot of depth available on the bench as well. It's just whether Harry Maguire is fit enough. Again, could Jordan Henderson be involved? Again, he's not quite fit enough, I don't think, but Maguire's in there maybe. Who does Jordan Henderson replace? Is it Rice? Is it Bellingham? Probably depends on the game, but I think Jordan Henderson, again, he's a leader, he's got experience. This is a very, very young and inexperienced team, but listen, we've had teams before that we've expected so much from, that have had loads of experience, but most of that experience hasn't been good, hasn't been a good experience. You're looking at this team, and it's just a sort of, you can imagine that there's an eagerness about them, there's a hunger, and I think that's what you need, and I think that's the benefit to having a young team sometimes. But that is my team, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you think it is a good team, if you agree with it. Who would you change in and out? Would your formation be the same? Would you play 3 at the back? Love to hear from you. I'll be looking in the comments as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember to download the Fanslide app. It is, honestly, it's an amazing app. I hope to see some of you on there. You can follow me on there, and when the games are playing, we can go in the live chat. It's got everything you need, but get your practice in, because there's going to be a table and there's going to be prizes up for grabs. I think there's a £100 pot, so get involved. But I look forward to seeing you there, and I can't wait to get started on Sunday. Let's bring it home, boys. See you later.